On today's show, we're doing a glam excavation using revelation filing. Up next. Hello and welcome back to Glam Tones, my glammiest of glam kids. My name is Gigi and today we're going to do my nails. First, we're going to start with this form. It's, I think, affectionately called the fish form, which it does kind of look like a fish, I guess, but it's the one I like the best. It's the one that likes my fingers the best, and I don't really have to do any modifications for it to fit my thumb. And that's not true with all forms. So if you struggle with forms, try different ones, right? You can buy small packs so that you can find the shape that your finger likes, but give them a shot, and you can always modify if it doesn't work for you for some reason. But here we go. Woo! I guess it's a flying fish form. Oh gosh, that was good, guys. Sorry, that was good. Grandma humor? Grandma humor. There you go. So we're going to fit that form on, and as you can see, just as promised, it goes right on, and it fits all my fingers just fine, even though some of my fingers are a little wonky, right? They're not all 100% straight, but we do our best to make the nails straight. Don't match the finger, match the other nails. There's your little tip for the day. Actually, there's probably all kinds of tips in here. I'm not sure I'll call them out though. So what I like to do is start pinching from the bottom first, get it nice and tight, then come down from the end and pinch in, then pinch from the bottom again, and then pinch the end again, and then pinch the bottom again. As if you try to do it all at one time, either bottom or end, you can get those little divots, those little cave-ins. You don't want that. It's not good for your shaping. It's not good for the underneath part of your nail. It's going to look wonky and you won't like it. So take your time and just fit it on there slowly, a little bit at a time. Now I'm painting on a tip because I don't really like tips. I like forms. And then part of it's just that, anyway, it doesn't even matter why I don't like them. I just don't like tips, okay? So I like to sculpt. And which even with tips, the sculpting part is the filing. You're still sculpting, but I like forms. I think for me, it's so much easier. And if it's not easier for you and you like tips, I'm so glad tips exist. I want all of us to have nails, and it's okay for us to like to do it the way we like to do it. So once I cure that, we're going to come straight in. Now here's where you've got an option. I really want this glittery look and not so much the chrome look. So I'm not going to put down a top coat to put on this chrome. I'm just going to let it be that glittery coolness that I like, because sometimes that's what I like about the chrome powder, is that glitteriness. And for today's look, I feel like it just works. But I just think it really works well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it down like this. But if you don't like this and you need that chrome shine, put down a top coat and cure again, and then come in with your chrome powder. And then what I'm going to do is the technique I saw recently, and I'm going to say here on the thumb, I'm not getting it right. Okay, guys, I'm just not getting it right. I really messed up. I didn't have enough gel on my brush, and I realized that, and I'm trying to fix it, but it's not really working. I'm somewhat getting some splodges, but not the ones that I really would want. But that's okay. I'm going to hold it upside down, pop it in the lamp, give it some curing, give it some love. And here's my second mistake on this nail. The next step should have been black. It wasn't. It's this beautiful, I just got this set. I did a short of it yesterday. Just go check it out. I'll put it actually in the little thing. I didn't swatch them. I just opened all the bottles to show you what it looked like. But it's from Model 1s. They're really beautiful. And when I saw them, I knew I wanted to do this technique, because I saw this technique somewhere, Instagram or TikTok or something. I'm going to look. First, we're going to make this mistake. That's my lamp. One of my lamps, I use two. And for the rest of the thumb and all of the index finger, the lamp is covering up, if not all of the camera, most of the camera, which tells me I bumped the camera several times doing this set. So there's that. That was, yay me, yay GG. So let's start over with the middle finger. Again, I'm just making the tip and I'm coming in and making sure it is securely connected to the actual natural nail. And then we're going to go in and cure that for a full cure. And it will have a sticky layer when it comes out of the lamp. And that's fine because we're going to use that sticky layer to apply the next chrome color. And every single nail does have its own chrome color. But I only use like 2 of each of the colors per nail of the new set from Model 1s. The chrome is my Savalon, and so is the Builder Gel. But the black polish and the Duochrome shimmery polishes, those are all by Model 1s. So after that gets applied, here we go. This is a much better splodging than the one that you saw. You need more gel on your brush. It sounds counterintuitive, but you're not going to get the nice splodginess if you don't have a lot on your brush. You can see as I'm adding the black that there's a lot of texture to the nail right now, which is fine because we're gonna do a little excavation on these later, right? And we're gonna get down to the juicy, beautiful colors, which to me look like you took a big chunk out of the earth and did a cross section, and those were all the minerals and metals that you found. I love this set. So now on top of the black, after curing, we're going to come in with our first color of this nail, and it's just this gorgeous blue, but it also shifts into, I want to say purple. It's not really showing up as much on camera as it does when you're looking at them. IRL, I guess you could say, which is funny. Now I did a couple extra splodges there just to give a little bit more texture so that when we come in with the filing, we have more fun with it. Now our second coat of black, and you just want to get in all the nooks and crannies, right? Because that's how you're going to get the veins of black, making sure that every little nook and cranny is filled up. That is super important. I don't show it, but I do get that one little crevice that was there that wasn't covered. I just had to get more up to my face to get it. Now here we are with a pinky purple, and that's going to be our last color for this particular nail. And then I'm going to let you just watch the next 2 nails, and I will pop back in just a second. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start the filing process on these. And there's actually going to be two separate filing processes, because first we're going to do a reveal of everything underneath all of this polish, and then we're going to encapsulate and finish file. But we're going to start by just hitting the sidewalls and the edges here to make sure everything's smooth and easy, so when we come in with the e-file, you know, you're not catching on anything on the sides. So I'm going to just remove a little bit of the length and even out the edge, the end of the nail, and then we're going to come in and start revealing what's underneath all of the blobs, right? Because it's a blobby mess right now. It's very much like, as I was doing the technique, I don't know why it didn't dawn on me right away that that's what it reminded me of when I saw the technique online. It's like doing the plastic bag technique without the plastic, right? Or the plastic wrap technique. I don't know why I said bag. Bags are kind of thick for that. But honestly, the thicker bag might make it more like this one with the blobs. Each one gives you a different result. That's what I'm going to say. Look how pretty that is after I wiped it off with alcohol. I've got this sped up to double time because there is so much filing, you guys. But it actually goes really quick. But I didn't want to be here for 30 minutes just showing filing, which, you know, it was probably like 20 minutes, then plus the other filing. So we did speed this up a little bit, but I wanted to include it because that's where the magic is, right? That's when you start to really see. And even with the dust on the nail, you can already see all of those really bright, deep, delicious colors. And the whole thing with all the black veining, it's bright, but it's dark at the same time. And that's my whole vibe. Bright, but dark, right? I love that. I love that. So here we are down all the way to our pinky nail. And I'm just cleaning that up. I feel like the pinky nail is too square. All the rest of them, I'm pretty happy with the shape, but the pinky nail is a little on the square side. That's okay. I'm not mad about it. I love this set too much to be mad about one tiny little issue. I also find it so hard to file my pinky on camera, but here you are. Look, guys, I made it work for you. I may not have made everything work in this particular set on camera, but this I did. So let's clean up our mess here. And look how pretty those are. We've not even encapsulated yet, but that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to come in and make a nice little slip layer with a thin layer of gel. You don't need too much, but gel likes gel, right? So if you put down a layer of gel where you want the gel to go, and then you come in with your bead and just lovingly push it around a little, right? Just like this. It's going to level into those areas because the gel is attracting the gel. Let the gel and let gravity work for you with gel nails, and you will always be successful. And don't hold your hand like this for too long. There you go. You want to move it because gel also flows with gravity. That's why you need to make gravity work for you. And I'm just going to look at it. What else does it need? What else does it need? A little liner brush. A little liner brush with gel can be one of your best friends because it just helps you self-level everything into the edges so that you don't have so much filing to do and you don't have a lot of running. You don't have to try to push it in there with your bigger brush. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the encapsulations. Okay, we're going to start the filing process, and I am going to start that with I'm not positive that this is medium grit sanding band, but I think it is. When I bought it, it didn't really specify. It just said this cute box of sanding bands, and it was like $1 or something. So I grabbed it, and they work really well for debulking, and but they might also be fine. So I don't know, but we're gonna start. I don't know why I told you that. It doesn't matter. I am going to just go ahead and do the debulking part of this with my e-file, because it's so much faster, and I don't beat up my fingers so much if I just use my e-file. If you actually are afraid to use an e-file, let me say that there is a learning curve, and you have every right to be afraid of it. But that's why you don't start working on yourself first. You can find one of those cheap little doll hands somewhere for like $5. And they really do, they look just like doll hands, but they're big, and they have a big giant well to put product in. Fill that well up and put a nail on it and start practicing. And when you stop hitting the doll's hand, start working on you. And I know at first it feels like your hand's not strong enough. It is. And it will gain strength as you use your e-file. You'll get used to it. Just remember, you don't have to grip it so hard. I have a tendency to grip too hard, and so I have to remind myself not to do that, because it makes me more shaky, right? You're not gripping hard doesn't make you do a better job controlling it. It makes it worse. So don't grip so hard, relax, and just let the file do the work. You don't have to press down. You don't have to put any pressure on it. The file is doing the work, so you don't have to. But after the filing part, sorry, I hit the microphone. I bet you heard that. I'm sorry. After the e-file, I'm going to just come in with my hand file and just make sure everything is smooth, right? You cannot completely, or at least I have not been able to get so good with my e-file that I can completely replace the hand file. Especially the slow motion right here where I'm coming up from the side and rounding over the top. A lot of times when you're looking at your nail and you're seeing bulk on the sides, you're really seeing the top of the nail. And so if you can learn to just round out the square that sometimes happens, you're going to stop seeing the bulk, and you'll stop over-filing the sides of your nails, because that's so easy to do. So you can see how I'm just doing a rounding motion, right? That's my favorite hand filing motion, that rounding over the top motion, because that's where you get your perfect sculpt, your perfect shape. And so once I'm happy with that, I just take a look and see where we're at. Am I happy? Am I happy? I feel really happy. So I hemmed and hawed on this set whether or not I would do any gems. But the more I looked at the nails, the less I wanted to put gems on. The more I just was super happy with them the way that they look, right? Like I said earlier, they're bright, but with a darkness, and that matches my soul right now. So like these nails came straight out of my heart and soul and came onto the video and onto my fingertips. Just the colors were perfect, the timing is perfect, the black is perfect, the forms and shapes that came out of the filing. I couldn't be happier with this, and I love that every single nail. Look at that. It looks like a little tiny magnifying glass. But anyway, oh shoot, I just totally made that thought go out of my head. I love that every single nail is different. Like they all have a similar flavor, but they all have their unique tones and their unique style and their unique colors. Like this one with the orangey gold under there. Be still my heart. But then all the other ones make me happy too. Like I'm having the worst time trying to figure out which one is my favorite. I almost always have an absolute favorite nail. But with this set, I struggle to find that nail. You have to let me know in the comment section, assuming that you're still here, and if you are, give me a smiley face down there, or a heart, whatever makes you happy. I'm not demanding. But tell me which one's your favorite nail, because you're going to see them all together here in just a moment. Here we are. This is the set, guys. My heart is happy right now. I don't know what else to say. This is my favorite set that I've done in a while. And you guys, if you're friends of the channel, you know I went through like a year where I didn't wear nails. So this is probably my favorite set since I came back to doing my nails again. So I love them. I love them. But guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm just so happy I got to see you. Thank you for coming by. Don't forget, I got buttons to click and comments to leave. There's all kinds of other stuff on the page, shorts and posts, and just go on over there and interact and do your girl a solid and help me grow this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we are going to see you in the next video. Until then, mwah, bye-bye.